Well, can't turn the ball over and, can't allow a couple of big plays.
What do you think of Sam's play?
Well, I thought he had his moments. He took a shot early on, and not sure if that was a good decision, but he had some really good moments, moved the ball really well, and just can't turn it over and kill your own drives.
Obviously, there are NFL players on that side.
Yep.
But all factors involved. It seems like a new low point on the season. Do you kind of feel that way right now?
Well, it is a low point, that's for sure. Anytime you got an opportunity to win a football game and you put the numbers up you did, you got a chance. You got to come through.
Why do you think the defense seemed to struggle with? Obviously, they got a lot of sacks on DeVito, but he was able to seemingly do what he wanted in the passing game for the most part.
Well, there were a couple of big plays that we gave up, and we just can't do that.
Was this after his growth, was this a step back for Sam?
No, it's always a step forward. He's learning, he's growing. He made some mistakes, but he hung in there, he fought, gave us a chance to win the football game.
Why did you guys have trouble hanging on to the ball? What was behind all the turnovers?
Well, the unfortunate part, if you look at the fumbles, the most of the part was when the guys were going to the ground. We've got to make sure we hold on to those footballs. And then, some of the throws that Sam had were tipped or under duress.
I feel like the guys came ready to play early in this thing.
Always. They showed up early to play. They were ready to play. They had a good week of practice. It's unfortunate we turned the ball over the first two drills, first two possessions.
Do you think the Giants came into it with a different mindset, being a little more desperate?
Couldn't tell you what their mindset was.
The explosive plays for the second week in a row, anything in particular there?
No, we unfortunately, gave them up. They hit us on a run. They hit us on a couple of throws.
Is there anything systemically that needs to change on defense in light of those?
Well, just some things that we got to make sure, we're putting them in the position to be successful, and we can't give up plays.
You talked a lot about growth overall.
Yep.
Does a game like this make you question how much things are growing?
Not necessarily.
But when you have games at home with teams like the Bears or the Giants now, twice teams that at this point,
No matter what my answer is,
yeah,
it's going to come out and people are going to say it's an excuse. So we're just going to take the responsibility. We're going to show up tomorrow. We're going to get prepared, and we're going to get ready to play Dallas because we got a very short week, okay?
totally understand that. I guess my question is, at this point of your program, did you expect you'd be winning games like this at home against teams you're 9 points favored against?
Sometimes you win them, sometimes you don't. They're professionals too. That started the questions was, they're professionals too. They're going to show up. They're going to play hard.
Ron, to get back to the explosive plays on defense, I mean, some of those were not just tackles, some of those got wide open. Just wonder, at some point, does somebody have to sit down, have to be replaced if they keep giving up these types of plays?
Yes. There are things that we have to look at. We have to, just continue to discuss it and go from there.
And you've been good at these runs in October, November, and it doesn't look like it's happening this year. What do you think is not happening that has happened previously?
Well, again, we can't turn the ball over and we can't allow those type of explosive plays.
Ron, when you say you're looking at to replace somebody, you talking players or you talking staff?
No, I'm just saying we're going to take a look at things and we'll go from there.
And then at this point in the year, and kind of piggyback on what Grant was talking about, what growth aren't you seeing in this team that's kind of?
Consistency. I mean, we move the ball, we move the ball, we move the ball, we turn it over. For 2.5 quarters, we shut their run game down and we allow an explosive. That's not consistent. That's inconsistent play. And that's where you get beat. You have to be able to sustain what you've done to sustain success. Good play, good play, good play, then we can't have a major negative play. We can't. And if we do, we're not experienced enough to withstand it.
Take 3 more.
Ryan, you've been a part of the NFL for so many years, players and as a coach. And as a head coach, you are judged on wins and losses.
Okay, you're telling me something I know. Go ahead.
Right now, this team's 4-7.
Yep.
You're number 4. Are you surprised, or how do you defend where this team is at right now?
Again, if I answer a question like that, I'm making an excuse. Okay? It'll get out there. I don't need to deal with it. We're just going to continue to do the best we can. We're going to work our asses off. We're going to show up tomorrow, we'll show up Tuesday, Wednesday, and we'll show up Thursday, and we're gonna play hard. We'll see what happens.
With your experience in the NFL as a player and a coach, where this team and franchise is at right now, do you think there needs to be some sort of change, whether that's personnel or on the coaching staff?
I'm not gonna discuss those kinds of things right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna evaluate everything we do, and we'll continue to do that.
Last one. You talked about the inconsistency. How hard is that inconsistency in execution make it for you guys to come up with some kind of plan that you trust we do?
Well, there are some things that go on, that you think about when you are putting together game plans, and the inconsistencies are some of the tough things. It's one of the things we just got to continue to work our ways through it. It's one of those things, when it clicks and comes together, then, it looks really good. And when it doesn't,
And obviously,
that's the,
not the result that you guys wanted. The Dolphins had a lot of turnovers today. What was the primary issue in your view?
Yeah, I mean, when you turn the ball over that many times, you're not going to win games. And it starts with me. I got to do a better job taking care of the football. I didn't give my team a chance to win today, but we all just got to be better. I thought we moved the ball well throughout the game, but just too many turnovers. And no matter who you're playing in the NFL, if you turn the ball over that many times, you're not going to win. And so we just got to be better. Got a short week, so I'm going to go on tomorrow and do everything we can and try to win a game on Thursday.
The last interception, what were you seeing down the field?
Yeah, I kind of felt the pocket kind of collapsing on me, so I was just trying to get the ball out of bounds. Just didn't get it far enough.
How are you feeling physically, and what happened on that day that you were down for a little bit?
Yeah, I just kind of fell really hard, but I'm all right. No major injuries or anything, so I'm all right.
Did it affect you at all later in the game?
No, man, no.
Sam, I know if you could fix it, you would, but how frustrating is it that this season has been one step forward, two steps back, two steps forward, one step back, and it just hasn't been, you haven't been able to build on anything that you've done well this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the most frustrating part is, I think we have a really good football team and we have so much potential in that locker room. And that's the disappointing thing, is that we're not getting the results that we feel like we're definitely capable of. So there's a lot of football left. We still got 6 games left to play, and we're going to give it everything we got for these last 6 games. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not where we thought we'd be. And we know we're a better team than what we've shown this year. But we're running out of time. There's only 6 games left, so we got to do everything we can to try to go on a run here.
What was different schematically from the Giants today compared to what they did the first time, and how do you guys feel like you adjusted to that, or were able to adjust to that and figure it out?
Yeah, I think the first time we went up there, they kind of aligned in some different fronts on 3rd down and brought a little more pressure than they did today. But I think that it wasn't really anything they did. Schematically, it was just the turnovers. That's all it was, and we just got to do a better job taking care of the football. Like I said, if you turn the ball over that many times, you're not going to win.
Sam, last time you guys had to go into a Thursday game, you were coming off of a disappointing division loss. What can you learn from that experience moving into Dallas on next year?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to put it behind us. We got to put this game behind us, and we got a really good opponent coming up on Thursday with the Cowboys. So we just got to take it one day at a time, do everything we can to prepare ourselves for the game on Thursday, and go out there and give it our best shot. But I think the main thing is we got to put this one behind us and get focused on the next one.
And then with every loss, more and more people start calling for coaching jobs and things like that. Do you, as a quarterback and a leader, do you feel the weight of that?
We don't really pay attention to stuff like that. I have faith in all my players, all my coaches around me. I know that we have everything in this organization that we need to be successful. Players, coaches, everybody. It's just a matter of we got to go out there and do it each and every day and get the results. And we haven't done that this year, and I think we're definitely capable of it. But we just got to fix it, and it starts with me, and I got to do a better job of giving this team chances to win football games. But we have everything we need in that locker room to be successful.
Sam, haven't beaten the Giants in 2 years, Commanders 2 games this season. How does New York prepare in a way that just continues to give Washington so many problems?
Yeah, I can't speak too much as far as last year's games. I just know that the 2 games this year, we really weren't playing the Giants. We were playing ourselves, and we kind of beat ourselves in both of those games. And they took advantage of the mistakes we made. But yeah, I think we just didn't play good enough football to win either of those 2 games, and they took advantage of it. And like I said, they're obviously they don't have a great record either, but they're still an NFL football team. They still have really good players over there, and when you make mistakes, they'll take advantage of them.
Can you take us through what happened on the interception of Diami?
What play?
The first interception.
Oh yeah, the first interception. I thought it was the right read, right place to go with the ball. Just kind of threw it too far down the field. Obviously, I haven't really watched how the play kind of turned out. Didn't really see him catch the ball, but I knew it was the kind of coverage we wanted for the play to take a shot down the field. I just got to do a better job of making sure that Diami has a chance to catch the ball, and not the defender.
And then generally speaking, you guys haven't had a ton of big explosive over the top plays this year. How hard is that to stay patient and to hit them when they come and they aren't a regular part of your offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something we've done a pretty good job of the past few weeks, is just staying patient and taking what the defense has given us. But the big plays will come, and we've had some big plays throughout the year. But I think we're seeing a lot of shell coverage, a lot of deep safeties. So it's definitely makes it harder. But we just got to continue to try to do everything we can to take what they give us, just execute on it.
All the turnovers kind of putting you guys in a bad position, I guess, when you keep giving the ball to the other team's offense. Do you feel like it was hard for you guys to get a momentum in a positive way?
It's hard to say. I mean, obviously, when you lose a turnover battle like we did, you're going to lose. But as a defense, we got to be able to help our offense out. We had a lot of opportunities to get them off the field or get a turnover ourselves and, put them in a position to score. So, I mean, I think defense played okay, but we definitely could have made a couple more plays in our offense out.
John, it was interesting because you guys had 9 sacks, I think, constantly had pressure, but also gave up a lot on the back end. Like, how do you even view the performance? You don't get 9 sacks very often, but you gave a lot up too, so how do you view it?
Hard to say. We got to go back and look at the film. It's kind of been the theme of the season. We'll play really good, and then we'll just have 4 or 5 mental lapses a game that allow for big plays and big games. And until we clean that up, we're never going to be the defense that we can be. So, can't really speak too much about the game until I go back and look at the film.
John, you've seen a lot of different phases, versions of this team each year. It's like, oh, quarterback, it's this, it's that. What do you think right now? What is keeping you guys from having momentum to win games?
I would say learning how to win. When you look at teams around the league who are consistently successful, they know how to win different types of games. They know how to win ugly games. They know how to win offensive games. They know how to win defensive games, special teams games. So for us, we just have to learn how to win in different ways.
John, to that point, learning how to win, is that a player's thing? Is that a coaching thing? How do you learn how to win?
I don't think it's fair to call out only the players or the coaches. I think we both, coaches and players, equally have a hand and we're responsible for what's going on the field. So it's definitely not how we envision our season going right now, but we're 4-7, and that's the team we put on film. So that's who we are. And until we clean up the things that we're doing and become more consistent and learn how to win, that's what we're going to keep doing.
If you could fix it, just the frustration of one step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 8 plays for 2 quarters, and then all of a sudden 3 explosives.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating. I mean, it goes back and forth. One game the offense will play good, next game the defense will play good. Until we, put it together, this result that's going to keep happening. So, it sucks. Don't really have too much to say, but we just got to go back, look at the film, and get ready for Dallas on a short week.
Jumped in late. What do you feel DeVito was able to take advantage of, especially in the first half?
It's hard to say. A couple plays, I feel like I could have done a better job of putting more pressure on them, making them more comfortable in the pocket. They did a good job of putting him in position to make plays, and at the end of the day, he's an NFL quarterback. I know people aren't going to want to hear that. As a young rookie, I don't know where he's drafted at, but he's in the NFL for a reason. He made the plays he needed to make, to get the win.
Any positives at all from the 9 sacks? Got some people involved, some people on the stat board this year?
Yeah, no, KJ, I was happy for him. After what happened in New England, happy for him to get a sack. Casey's playing lights out. I'm really happy for him. We played good as D-line. I'm not going to say we played great, but we played good. A couple plays we wish we could have back, but I think some of the younger guys are really starting to step into their roles and make plays for us, and now we just got to keep building and growing with them.
John, do you feel like everybody has the mindset that we need to be what's up to this season to kind of find that consistency?
I think so, but at the end of the day, the thing that's hard is only one person knows someone's true mindset, and as a team, everybody has to they have to take a hard look at themselves. You're either part of the problem or part of the solution. So, that's up for each individual to look at themselves and figure out what they're doing or not doing that's preventing us from winning.
It set the tones for winning.
Yeah.
Are you surprised and frustrated that it hasn't happened so far?
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to win at the end of the day. Everybody knows how extremely competitive I am as a leader, as a player, and you know, I'm not the type to point the fingers, but at the same time, you know, each guy has to figure out how you're going to affect this team in a positive way to help us win. And if you're not, then it's probably not the place for you. But at the same time, I'm just going to continue to work and be ready for my opportunities. Sometimes I don't necessarily know when they're going to come, but I just try to stay ready and be positive and try to be part of the solution. So we still got a good part of the season left. We got another division opponent this week, so I'm just looking forward to that opportunity.